And we're back. Today we are playing Dark with Shadowdark RPG. We have been running through the adventure called The Scourge of the Northland. I'm going to pull up this hex map for you guys to be able to see clearly, but we start our adventure off in the major city here, and we spent a few sessions in the eastern mine, which was full of spiders. We found some weird crystals that we were sent in to recover, and then we made our way back. Today, we're heading to the forest ruins over here. We need to clear out this space of anything dangerous because we are going to set up a military base in the Valley Tower. Like many old school games, the random hex encounters in this module are really dangerous. You can bump into dozens and dozens of orcs, and so what we want to do, instead of traversing all of these hexes every time we want to go to a new adventure site, we're going to slowly post soldiers at the squares along the route, and that way whenever we bump into something big, we can backtrack or bring a battalion of soldiers with us. We have Annie, our halfling thief, Gina, our human priest. We have some level 2s and level 3s. Elgin is our fighter. He's our dwarf fighter. We have Zaphael, the wizard. We did pick up Misty Step. I think maybe this may be a mistake. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And we have our main man, Renus. Renus is a priest with some offensive capabilities. Over here we have our characters in order. So we have Annie, Gina, Elgin, Zaphael, and Renus down the line. Here is our starting adventure area. I made some notes over here by the random wandering monster table. I need to remember to check distance for monsters during encounters because that's something I've been forgetting to do. And every 3 rounds, this is a semi-dangerous place, and so our heroes can go 30 feet because every square is 10 feet. They can move to near every turn, and near translates to roughly 30 feet, and so 1 round is 3 squares. So every 9 squares, I need to check for a random encounter on a 1 and 6. Okay, let's go. We're following a road, and so there's no chance of getting lost, but there is still a 1 in 6 chance that we encounter a bad guy. No, we're good to go. We make it to the forest ruins. Arriving, we see that there's a big heavy door, it's shut, and there are thick webs that are all around the outside, and as we open the door, we can see they're using the first torch. We can see that there are spider webs that extend inside as well around these 3 stone pillars. The path leads to the left and the right, and so we're gonna roll randomly to determine which way we go. So even say we go to, well, how about this? Evens is number 4. Okay, so we are gonna go 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we go 5 squares and we see that there is a door. Now, with old school games, anytime you're looking for a trap, you see the trap. My team, we've triggered way too many traps, so we are always looking now. We are not trusting anymore. And so Annie is going to roll and see if she can find these traps. Hopefully she can. Thieves roll thief skills with advantage, and so she'll roll a d20 twice, take the higher number. This is not great. 8 plus Annie's modifier of +4 is exactly what we need on a normal check to determine that there is a trap and able to disarm it. Inside the room, we go in. This puts us at 7 squares, and we can see that, the door was trapped, but we found that. There's a broken bookshelf along the far wall, which has vines growing all over it. Most of the pages are useless and aged, but there is a scroll of Read Magic. Now, Read Magic is not in this system, for sure, because you just learn your spell and then cast it. And so we're gonna need something to replace this. Read Magic is a level 1 spell or a tier 1 spell, so we're just gonna re-roll a different spell. Let's keep it on the table so you guys can see it. 3, Charm Person. Okay, so we have a scroll of Charm Person, and that, now we can keep the scroll and write it into our book using the learn feature in downtime, or if something happens and we need to cast it today, we can just do it. So that's awesome. Charm Person is really good. You magically beguile one humanoid of level 2 or less within range. They regard you as a dear friend. If we try to hurt him, he'll stop being our friend. But when it's over, he knows that he was magically charmed. Okay, now let's head down this way and see what's over here. So 1, 2. Once we get to this point here, we do need to make a random monster check on a 1 and 6. No, nothing. We're smooth sailing. We come into this space, so we get all the way up to, how about this? We just move 3. And then let's see. We are trying to sneak, but we do have a torch. It's really not going to work out for us to be hidden. There are 2 giant spiders waiting for us over here. Lots of leaves and cobwebs. There is a satchel of gold, which we want. Maybe they are not hostile to us. We will always want to roll a 2d6 plus the charisma reaction modifier to determine how they feel. Now, these are spiders. We don't communicate with them, so we're not going to add our charisma reaction. Just the 2d6 to determine, are they hostile? They might be intimidated by our numbers. 6 tells us they are hostile to us, and so we will be rolling for combat. We will be green. They are orange. Let's go. We are up first. Yeah, so I marked in my book. Way to go, Mike. That was clever. It doesn't really matter because it's a player-facing, it's a DM-facing map, so they'll never see that anyway. But this is what I printed this off and I glued it all together to make a nice little disposable map. But you know, mistakes were made. We have our giant spiders. We've seen them before. AC 13. They have 13 HP. They bite and they poison and paralyze you for hours. We hate these things. We want to destroy them as quick as possible. So as you can see under each of my guys, we are starting a new adventure. And so these little poker chips are going to be luck tokens. So we can re-roll any just terrible rolls. So right now, Annie is going to be shooting her short bow from a distance. Let's see if she can use this. Okay, very nice. That is an excellent hit, but there is no sneak attack here because she's not hidden. So 2 points of damage plus nothing. Yeah, plus nothing. Okay, 2 points of damage on the first spider. Next up we got Gina. Gina has a +3. That is a 17 to hit. Excellent. The first spider takes another 2 damage, and we are going to Elgin, who hopefully can chunk this thing really hard. That's what we need more than anything, is just smash this thing. We have a +8 to the roll, and it's a d8 +4 damage. We really need to like take this guy out. Hey, the dice are on our side. Nice. Whoa, okay, so that's 11 damage on top of the 4 that he's already taken. The first spider is squished before they even have a turn. Zaphael, I think we could just go straight for Magic Missile, giving her advantage on the roll and, yeah, increasing her chance of success. We will have a success. That's perfect. The second spider is going to take 2 damage, rolling lots of 2s. Okay. And then last up, we have Renus. Natural 20. Excellent. So Renus on the roll has a D3 and no damage modifier because priest. So it's just going to be a D8, but this is going to be 2 D8. And we are using the exploding dice rule, which triggers right here. So we take this 8, we roll it again, add it to 2, so that's 10, 16 damage. What? We obliterate these spiders immediately. We got 2 spiders, we snatch up our gold, which is a total of 300 gold, quite a bit, and that means for every 100, who can hold gear? For every 100 coins, you do have to mark off a spot on the treasure for your inventory, but the first 100 coins are free. So we'll divvy that up amongst the first 3 players. And we're going to erase one of those torches that we are actually burning right now. And that was another round. So we're going to make our way around over here and then just check this door number 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We get up to the door. We're looking for traps. We don't find any. In room number 3, there's just some broken furniture and a lot of dust. So we're going to head down now to room number 6. It says, let's see. All right, we don't see any traps on the door. It says, lying on the floor are 2 orc skeletons. They wore leather armor, which is all rotted away. They have some swords and some shields, but there is 50 gold in one of the pockets. So again, we've got a little bit more treasure. That's already 2 XP, plus the monsters, they were each level 3. They give us half of their XP, and so we're already at 5 XP for the day. We're gonna come over here. We see that there's some stairs the next round. And, oh, actually, at the end of this round, there's a random monster check. We got nothing. All right, we can come up here and see there's stairs going down, but we do want to check like what's over here and what's over here before we continue on. So we're going to head over. That's 2 rounds, 3 rounds. As we move across this space, filling all of this in and triggering a random monster check. We have nothing. Excellent. In room number 7, there are 4 zombified orcs. There's also one of those crystals that we found before, which is really nice. And 75 gold. So we see that there are 4 zombies. These guys are annoying. Check this out. So they're immune to morale checks. We can't even get them to run away unless if we used one of our turn undead, which I think we should. Reduced to 0 HP. Still got to pass the con check. Okay, well, there are 4 zombies. They are always hostile. These things are terrible monsters. Really can be a pain, but I think we are equipped to deal with them because we brought 2 priests along. So let's roll for initiative. We are green, they're orange. Hey, we are up and ready to rock. We're up first. We are going to, how about this? Annie is going to move into this back space over here. How about she comes around the corner here and she tries to hide? She will have advantage on that check. Let's give her advantage on that check. Let's go. Okay, yeah, so 12 plus 4, 14. That's enough for her to lose sight. The zombies really didn't get a good look at her anyway because they're blocked up by Elgin and Renus. And so Annie will tuck into the side here and just kind of avoid combat. She doesn't need to be a target for this. Gina is up, and we're going to give Gina a turn undead. That will not succeed even with Gina's modifier of +2. Oh, +3 on the spell check. Yeah, still missed. Not great. So next up, we've got Elgin. Elgin is going to smash one of these zombies. Let's go. 12 plus his massive modifier is a hit. We've got 2 plus his total damage of another +4 on top of that, I think. Yes, another +4 on top of that. So that's 6 damage on one of the zombies, but that is not enough to kill the zombie. Now we have Zaphael. Okay, so Zaphael did not run away. She's going to cast Protection from Evil on Renus. And she succeeds. So all of the zombie attacks are going to have disadvantage on Renus. And Renus is going to attempt to cast Turn Undead. 8 plus 3 is 11. That is exactly what we need to turn the undead. So now we need to look at the details for Turn Undead because it is slightly different than other games. You rebuke undead creatures, forcing them to flee. You can present a holy symbol. Undead creatures within near must make a charisma check versus your spellcasting check. If a creature fails by 10 plus, okay, so we got exactly 11. And so these creatures need to make a charisma check at 11. Luckily, their charisma is at -3, so we need 4 d20 rolls to see how many stick around. Book's a little uneven. All right, oh man. Oh, 3 of them stick around. That's terrible. At least we got these rolls out of the way. they don't hit us with those. Okay, so we get 1 to go, and now it's the zombie's turn. We need to determine who's going to get hit, so evens will be Elgin. Elgin, Renus, Elgin. Okay, so this is the disadvantaged attack against Renus. Does not hit. These are 2 attacks against Elgin. That one could hit. Well, Renus has an AC of 17. But they only, no, this one is a miss, thank goodness. Okay, so all 3 attacks miss. We're going to the top of the round. Okay, our boys in green, they are very slow with their dex of -2. We will be going first. Okay, so Annie could sneak around now in the shadows and try to get a sneak attack. So this will be an advantaged attack. Actually, I need a purple for Annie. Here we go. That is a hit on a zombie, triggering her backstab ability. Damage coming in. It's going to be 3d4. Oh, wow. 4, 4, and 1. That is a total of 9 damage, plus the damage that Elgin already did on one of the zombies. We smash it. Now, it says it must pass a DC 15 con check to stay alive. It does. Oh man, zombies are so annoying. Next up, we've got Gina. She's going to try to shoot that same zombie. She gets a natural 20, so for 2 and 1, that's a terrible crit. But we get to force that Constitution check again. This is going to be 12 plus, the con is +2, 14. It fails. That zombie crumbles. There are 2 zombies left. We have Elgin with a big smashing sword. That's not going to do it. Oh, should we use our inspiration? Our luck token here. Maybe. Yeah, let's go for it. Elgin is going to use his luck token because we just want to get the fight over with so we can get the treasure and, you know, explore some of these other rooms. So let's roll again. No! Terrible! Okay, well, that happens. That happened. We have 2 zombies left. We could go for magic missile. Not great, but with the modifier of 12, that actually is still a hit. We do 4 damage on one of the remaining zombies. And then we're going to attempt to turn undead again. No! What is going on? We're going to use our luck token here. Now we're going to start burning through all of our luck tokens. All turn undeads have been lost. 2 zombies still remain. And it's their turn. Evens. Okay, so that's against Renus. Evens is Elgin. Sorry, I meant to repeat myself. All right, so against Elgin. That is a 16, which is not a hit. He needs a 17 to hit. And then we have a disadvantaged attack against Renus. We'll take that for all day long. We're going to the top of the round. Not great. We have 2 zombie attacks coming in. Renus and Renus. 2 attacks against Renus. One of them is going to hit for a total of D6 damage. 2 damage on our boy Renus. Now it is my team's turn. We're going to have Annie with our short bow. That is going to be a hit with a D4 of damage. We've got 2 more damage on that guy. He's taken a little scratch, not enough. Now we have Gina. Come on, Gina. Gina is going to hit with another 2 damage. We're just kind of nicking at this dude, not really chunking him. We need a big smash. That's going to do it, a natural 20, right whenever I said we needed a big smash. Hey, what do you know? Okay, D8 of damage times 2. Any 8s we get to re-roll and add them to the number. Let's see. Oh, so just 7 plus 4, 11, just 11 damage, enough to obliterate a zombie. Actually, let's see. Even says that it was the zombie that's already been hit. It is not. It's the other zombie, forcing it to make a constitution check, which it fails and destroys the zombie all by himself. Renus now on the last zombie that has been hit. That's not great. That is not going to do it. All right, now we're going to the top of the round. We are second. The zombie, the remaining zombie, is going to make its attack. Will it be against Elgin with evens? It's going against Renus for disadvantage. Hey, what do you know? 8 is not going to be enough. Okay, we are going to attack. Annie is going to shoot. That is a 14 to hit. Where's my D4? For another... Why do we keep hitting 2? Why do we keep hitting 2 damage? Okay, we're at 8 damage on that zombie. We have got to finish this dude off. Let's get some of these dice out of the way. That is a hit on the zombie for 3 damage. Hey! That is exactly what we need to kill it. Let's see if it can pass its constitution check. It does. It stays in the fight. Elgin is going to try to finish it. He hits really hard, dealing a bunch of damage. Will it pass the con check? It does not. Okay, we have smashed that zombie for another 2 XP and the 75 gold, 3 XP. We're already at 8 XP for this adventure. Things are going okay. We did get nicked a little bit. We did lose a couple turn undeads, but all in all, I think we're doing okay. We can check out this last room. We have a random monster check as we get to here. A 1 and 6. No. Excellent news. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can get in with our torchlight. We can get all the way down here. So we did check a random monster there. Okay, we can get all the way through this space. Now, I don't know what this rubble is. I don't think it's going to be too dangerous for us. Let's read about that and see what's in room number 8. This chamber has 1 entrance, the passage to the west. Yeah, over here. In the center of this room is a deep stone well. The well contains no water, and the bottom is actually a false bottom that will open abruptly with any weight on it. I don't think we would know that. So we're not, my character would never want to just like go down a well for no reason. If we don't see anything down there, we don't see anything. So we're going to double back and head to those stairs. And that will be another random monster check. But we have nothing, and we descend down into the darkness. We are now in room number 9, which is this space here. The stairs from level 1 enter the room from the south side. To the east is a door, and on the far west is a passageway over here. If inspected closely, we might be able to find a secret door. So we are going to spend our time like filling in this space, and it is 9 squares, so that will be a random monster check. And since we are taking the risk of having that random monster check, we can have a passive check to see if anybody finds this. But we're going to use another old school principle of elves are more likely to find than not, because we're not actively searching, because our characters know, like, because I know that there is a secret door here. So we need to make it a passive ability. And so we're just going to say on a 1 in 6 chance, as Zaphael, oh, actually be, yeah, 1 in 6 as a passive check, does Zaphael find the secret door? It would be a 1 on a 1 in 6. No, we pass right by it, don't even know, and we trigger a random monster check. As we're taking our time, lighting up our torch, looking at all the ways in and out of the room. 1 in 6. Nope. Evens say we go to the passage. Odds, we go to the door. We're going through the door. We come inside and we see even more doors. Well, let's use a D6, 1 and 2 north, 3 and 4 east, 5 and 6 south. So we're going north. Okay. We get here and we need to make a choice. Evens left. We're going right. All right, we get here. That's 2 rounds. And evens, odds. Evens, we go left. And we get to, we're going through this little maze here. And we hit a random monster check. Nothing. All right, so do we want to go evens or odd? Odd, we come up and we see there is nothing of use. So we come back down to this space here and we can go north, north, west, or south. We're going north. 6, 7, 8, 9. We get here on this wall and another random monster check. Nothing. We're going to continue on. All right, we get all the way through here and we trigger a random monster. Hey, we actually hit one. That's not good. It is a D4. It is Stirges, and they are the distance. Oh, distance. Distance is marked here. They are near, so they're within 30 feet. Now, we forgot to check. Oh, there's a 50% chance that they have treasure. Even says they have treasure. They do have treasure. Excellent. A D10 Stirges. There are 6 Stirges. And they are near. Now, they're within 30 feet, so they could come from behind us, or they could be at the top of this room. They're probably at the top of this room when we get to here. Well, let's let the dice decide. So, evens says they're here, odds say they're over here. Okay, so they're behind this door, smashing on the door. We can hear them trying to like break through this door. There is... Let's read the description for room number 10 real quick. This room contains a door to the north and a passage that leads to the east. Hidden under a false flagstone is a secret trap door that opens. Okay, let's check for secret doors. Elgin is a dwarf and he's all keen about architecture. We're gonna give him a 1 in 6 chance of finding this secret passage. He doesn't find it. There are the Stirges on this other side. We know that they're breaking in. We are going to play smart here, and we're going to let Zaphael stand by the door. Everyone else is going to step back. Zaphael is going to cast Burning Hands to just try to obliterate these guys right away. Let's pull up the stat block. You know, they could survive this. It is very possible that they do survive, but, you know, we have to go for it. There are 6 of them. Let's go. We can see the spell description, anything within close, so... As they're all like trying to beat on the door, we open the door, cast Burning Hands. We are going to get a surprise round because it's just the way the story is going to unfold. And so, let's go. A 10 plus the spell check of 3 is a success. And so, they all take 5 damage, nuking all of them right away. That is 3 XP. And there is a treasure, which we don't know how much that is yet. We can roll that up. You know what? Let's do it right now. It could be a random, like, it could be something awesome like a magic item or something. So let's go ahead and find, we need a D100 here. Well, we have that. 64 gives us a fine set of ivory game pieces for 25 gold. Okay, That with the other 75 kind of makes it nice and even for us. And with 12 XP, I think we need to start looking at character sheets, and we can see that we are going to have people level up. And so let's stop right here in the adventure. Let's use this room that we're in right now to take a rest and to, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just level up right here. This is a good spot. I want to make these episodes a little longer and show you guys like all of the details of running an adventure and not break up one dungeon into like 4 or 5 different parts, maybe 2 parts tops. And so let's see, Annie is going to go up to level 4. Now level 4 is not a big deal. It isn't a huge deal. Her skill does go up a little bit and her backstab. So instead of the 1 free backstab ability dice, she'll get another 2 from half her level. And then we're gonna give her some hit points. Right now, how many hit points? 9 hit points. Add another 1 on top. Annie is at 10 hit points. Okay. Let's see, who else? Yes, Gina levels up now, and she gets a D6 of hit points. Oh man, only 1 hit point, come on. Oh, it's okay. All right, and then we get to roll 2d6, and she is going to get a new ability. All right, we got a 7 on the die. 7 on the die gives us a +1 to priest spellcasting checks. She needs it. All right, now Elgin is going up to level 4. The reason why Gina was a little bit behind was because she was unconscious for a lot of the battle last time. But everybody else is going to get up to level 4. Maybe not Renus, though. Renus was also down and out for a while as well. Okay, so this is just going to increase his sword mastery. Let's get his... Oh, yes. Very nice. Oh, and I get to roll with advantage, just in case there's an 8. It wasn't. Okay, so we're at 27, and we're going to go ahead and heal him up now. Okay. So yeah, not a huge jump for him. He does get the sword mastery improvement. And then we have Zaphael, who will hit exactly at 30. Bumping her up. She'll get her spell as well. That'll be that. Level 4. Okay, level 4. What comes with level 4? Another level 2 spell. I think we're going to take Acid Arrow because my wife uses Acid Arrow and it works really well. I'm gonna take Acid Arrow. Okay, so we have 2 level 2 spells now and some hit points. So let's roll up a d4 for the hit points for our friend Zaphael. Probably going to be 1 hit point again. Hey, 4. But we don't get to add the modifier. So actually 9 HP. This is huge because we went with 5 HP for so long. All right, look at that. Renus, on the other hand, he's way too far behind. He's going to get to 17 XP. Not bad. Okay, our team is definitely stronger now. We're going through this door. We can go 3, 6, 9. We get to here when we realize that, oh, we've just doubled back that whole way. We come back around here. There's going to be another passive check as we come through by Zaphael. Does she find it? She does find the secret door this time because we came all the way back around. There's going to be another check as we were going to go through this door. And we see, okay, there is a secret door here. Let's figure out how to open it. There is a secret door on the west wall. Near the north wall is a wooden chest. Okay, so there's no way that it details how we open the secret door, so we're just going to say that after a while we figure it out, but there's going to be a random monster check while we try to figure it out. There is another random monster. So we spend a lot of time just looking at this door, like how do we open it? And that's when we get triggered with We get triggered as if we're millennials. All right, here we go. 3, it's 2d4 orcs. There are 3 orcs. Let's see, how do they feel about us? These are creatures that we can communicate with. Let's check our languages. Okay, so Annie, I see no extra languages written down. I should have written those down if she had any. She would have halfling and common. We have diabolic, goblin, and common. Common and dwarf. We have common, sylvan, elf, orc, right there, bam. Okay, so Zaphael is able to communicate. She has a charisma of +2. We can talk to these guys and negotiate a way out of doing battle. Because if we can avoid it, we don't want to fight. That 6 + 2 is 8. Let's see what that says on the reaction table. They're a little suspicious of us, as well as they should be. We can communicate with them that we don't mean any harm. We can make a deal, we can make a trade. So how about we offer them, well, you know what? We don't want them to see that there's a door here, that our secret door. We're still trying to figure out how to open that. And so we're going to say, if you leave us alone, we'll give you 100 gold pieces. Let's see if they like that. This will be at a +3 because we're gonna give ourselves another 1 for the treasure. Oh, okay, so we have 4, +3 is 7. They're still suspicious. I don't think they're gonna take it. And so we're gonna say, at this point, they see that we have money. So evens say they take the money and leave. Odds, they get hostile and fight. They wanna try to take our money. And so they see that we have treasure and they want it. We're going to have to go to combat, but we have magic that can deal with these guys. We are up first. Annie is going to, what is Annie gonna do? Let's see. We're all kind of in this little space against these orcs right now. Annie's gonna take her action and try to, yeah, she's just gonna shoot her bow. She's just gonna go for it. We have an excellent hit for 4 damage on one of the orcs. That is enough to kill one of the orcs. They have 15 armor class, and they can become immune to morale checks and do an additional 1d4 damage. There are 2 of them left. Let's see if we can deal with them before it comes to that. Gina with her crossbow. This is not great. For a +3 is an 11. That is gonna be a miss. Now we have Elgin, who never trusted these dirty greenskins to begin with. He is going to make a sword attack. That's pretty good. That's gonna be a 20 to hit for 7 damage. He's going to cut more than 7 damage. He's going to cut one of the orcs in half. There's only 1 of them remaining. Zaphael is going to make a magic missile. Yeah, let's go with magic missile just because it has advantage. 13 is a hit for 3 damage, and if Renus can do 1 point of damage, he is going to miss. All right, so now this last orc, I think he's going to do his Blood Fury Rage, become immune to morale, and do extra points of damage. He could do an extra d4 of damage. So he's gonna make his attack. It is a terrible swing and a miss. We are going to roll for initiative. We are up first, and little barbarian, the orphan Annie. That is a hit for 1 point of damage, which is all we need to defeat the orc. We have another XP. There's a 50% chance that they had treasure. Even says they had treasure. They did not. And we're gonna break inside this little room and see what kind of treasure is hidden behind this door. Awaiting us is 1,200 gold pieces, a scroll of knock, which is in this game, and a ring of regeneration, which I don't know if there is an equivalent of this, and so we'll have to find that out. Let's check it out. Shadowdark does not have a ring of regeneration, but it restores 1 HP per round. It can restore chopped off limbs, and if you take fire damage or acid damage like a troll, you don't regenerate. And it only works if you're at least 1 hit point. So we check out this room. We got also, I think I forgot to write down Gina's spell, so I took Cleansing Weapon. It's going to add a d4 of damage. Unless if it's undead, then it's a d6. We're going to move along to this room here and read the description. It says there are 2 ghouls in this room. Well, that's not what we want to see. Well, actually, this might be the time to use Cleansing Weapon because it does a d6 versus undead. We do have the gray skin slavering undead with whipping tongues and a flat reptilian face. So there are 2 of them, and they have AC 11, HP 11, but they make 2 attacks each. It's a d6 of damage, which is quite a bit. And also they have the paralyze effect. They're immune to morale, so I can't just scare them away. We're going to probably need to go to combat because they are always aggressive. Undead are just pure evil, and so we need to roll for initiative. This is not great. I was hoping we could enjoy this treasure that we just got, but nope. All right, how about this? We are green. They are orange. Let's roll for it. All right, so their initiative, that was a 14. They have a +1, so they're at 15. We have a +4, we're at 15. It's a tie, we're gonna roll again. We have 14, they have 14 as what? Wow, what do you know? Odds are, we re-roll ties, we're not doing that. Okay, we have a success. We're up first. Natural 1. And a 1 on the die. Yeah, misses completely. Next up, we have Gina. Gina is going to cast... Ooh. Does she want to do Turn Undead or Cleansing Weapon? Let's do Cleansing Weapon because we have Renus also who can be our backup. And so she's going to cast Cleansing Weapon on Elgin. Let's see if she can succeed. She needs a 12 and she has a +4. That is a 9. She fails her first attempt. So what we're going to do is we're going to use her luck token and try again. 10 + 4 is enough. She casts Cleansing Weapon. You see these holy flames erupt around Elgin's sword. And Elgin is up. We've already gone through half our team and nobody has taken any damage. Come on, let's get one of these ghouls. That's not great. That is a 4. Let's look at his stats. 4 + 8 is a 12. That is actually a hit on our guy. Very nice. Okay, so we have a hit against the ghoul. So it's a d8 plus a d6, and then on top of that, another 4 damage. Ooh. Come on, man. We do 8 damage to the first ghoul. That is not enough to kill him. You really couldn't ask for... The only thing worse would be 2 1s. Okay, so we're going to cast a spell, but what spell do we want from Zaphael? She could do Acid Arrow, so let's do that. She's gonna cast Acid Arrow against the one that is not hurt yet. That is a hit on Acid Arrow, and so we're gonna do a d6, 4 points of damage on the one that is not hit yet. So we have 8 and 4. It now is Renus's turn. He's going to attempt to turn undead. We have a success on Turn Undead. And so now we need to make a morale check for each of them. Sorry, it's a charisma check for each of them. They have a +0. They need to get at least a 16 with his +3 on the die. So let's see if they can get it. They have a +0. No. And no. So we hack them up a little bit, but then they turn and they run up the hallway, up this direction. And so we can follow them as they go and see that there's really nothing up here, but there will be another random monster check as we like follow them to this like trap door that they will fall into and then try to run away even further because yeah, we're making things hard for them. So we are gonna move into this space. There will be a random monster check as we are clearing north, following them up because we wanna know what's up here. Then we realize it's just a path that doubles back. So let's see, do we roll a random monster? We don't. Okay, let's get rid of one of these torches and continue on. Okay, after another turn, we are going to have another random monster check. Nothing. As we double our way back to this chamber, we can go east or we can go south. Evens east. We are going to head south. We come down to this door, and this door is locked. So it looks like it's magically locked. There's no handles or other obvious ways to get in, but we did recover that scroll, which I think was conveniently placed for us to find, that would allow us to cast the knock spell. And let's see if we can, man, do I want to use the scroll? Yeah, let's go ahead and use the scroll. Okay, so Zaphael is going to try to cast the knock spell. It is, we need a 12. A 5 plus Zaphael's 4 is a 9. We're going to use Zaphael's luck token. And we are going to try again. No! Okay, so the scroll is lost and wasted. We could always come back to this room if we ever learn the knock spell, but we burned through the knock spell. It is gone. Renus did learn the bless spell during his downtime, and so we're going to attempt to bless everybody that does not have that doesn't have a luck token right now. We're going to restock our luck token. So let's go ahead and try to roll some of those up. We need a 12 every time, so let's get one for Gina. That is a success. That is a success for Elgin. This is going to be a failure, I think. And I'm not going to cheese it to where it's like, oh, let's get one from him. Okay, now he fails it. Now he's going to use it again. It's, that kind of thing is lame. So 7 plus 4. Yeah, he has a plus 4. So we fail here. We lose bless, but we do get our 2 luck tokens back for these guys, which is, that was probably really loud for you guys, which is pretty good. Okay. So we're going to come back up. We realize that we can't get through this door. We tried to use magic, didn't work. So we're going to come into room 12. There are doors on both the west side, but we're coming through, and then on the north side. In the middle of the room, there's a rusted sword stuck in the floor. The sword actually marks the location of a trap on the floor. Stepping onto the space triggers the floor trap normally, but to remove the false sword intentionally causes the floor to crumble away and drops any creatures down 20 feet into a hole into room 24. Okay, so we do have some chaotic characters in our group. So for everybody that is chaotic, they're just going to try to pull the sword out of curiosity alone. We do have some chaotic PCs in here, and so it would be kind of fun to see if they just pull out the sword. We could use a wisdom check, like DC 12, to see if they can overcome their urge to just be chaotic and pull the sword. Or, I don't know if you guys can even see because I had to tape my paper, I ripped it. Or we could use the Oracle, which we haven't really used very much because I'm more just lean towards evens odds, go with that. But there is this Oracle, so let's go for that. So for each chaotic person in our group, Annie is the first. Let's roll a d20 and see what happens. Okay, 16. And the question is, will she pull the sword? Or no, sorry, the question is, can she overcome the urge, like a wisdom check? Would she be able to resist the urge? And 16 says yes, and it's even, so it's just a flat yes. Okay, first person gets by without pulling the sword. Gina is neutral. We have a lawful Elgin, neutral Zaphael, and lawful Renus. Oh, there's only one chaotic person. Okay, so everything in Annie wants to pull that sword out, but she does resist. We take a second, we're like, slow down, Annie. What is the sword? She finds that it's a trap. It's rigged to make the floor explode. And so we resist. We walk away from the trouble. But it does take some time to fill out this room, and so we are going to roll a random monster check. And then we need to also roll one for when she's checking for the trap. Okay. You don't want to let any narrative happen without some kind of push from the dungeon master to keep things interesting. Now, we can come through this door and realize that we've gone down, but we know there's still turns and twists in this space that we haven't uncovered yet. And so we're gonna double back and do 2 random monster checks when we get to here. Yes, 2. No, no. Okay, we get to here, this little like, go this way and check that wall, or go this way and check that wall. Evens, we go this way. We fill it out. There's nothing to find. We double back. That's a random monster check. Okay, and that is our torch. Let's erase one more torch. You gotta keep track of your torches, guys. Last place to check, over here. That is a random monster check. Nothing here. We get to this wall. There is a passive chance that Zaphiel finds the secret wall. Nope, she doesn't see it, so we come back, double check. And with that, we descend down into the darkness below. What awaits us on floor number 3? Well, you'll have to find out next time on the Scudder for Mike channel. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I tried to make a little bit of a longer episode. The Shadowdark is such a fun solo experience because I can just resolve everything so quickly. There's really not a lot of rule lookups. It's mostly just looking up the monsters so we can use it in combat. I hope you guys enjoy this. If you did, please hit like and subscribe. We are growing so fast and so far. I think a lot of it is due to some new Shadowdark people, so welcome to the channel. We play old school style games here. It's a blast. Thanks for joining me on this adventure, and we will find out what happens to them next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.